Hello YouTube! So, I am the Banished Duelist, and what this is it's going to be a new YouTube channel that's going to be about Yu-Gi-Oh! So, pack openings, deck profiles, you name it, I'm probably going to do it. So, today, I figured for my first video, we will be doing the, what I used at my last locals, which was a Trickstar deck, and I managed to win with this deck, so I didn't lose a single game. So, we might as well just get straight into it with the deck. So I'll just move the side and the extra deck over here for the moment, and we'll start off with the main deck. So what the first three cards are, which is the obvious ones, are triple Candina. Okay, we're then going to go into triple Lycoris and a Lilybell. These are obviously the staple cards of the deck. It's what you need to obviously get your, your one card chains going to get your monsters on the board to burn your opponent for their life points. So these are the main, well, especially Candina and Lycoris. They're your main three cards. The Lilybell's in there for, the extra special summons that you can do with this, and obviously you can also do the Firewall OTK with this card as well, in conjunction with Lycoris. But I can tell you a bit more about that at the end of the video, when I can show you some combos that you can do with this. Okay, so we'll just move them to the side for now. We're also going to have in here triple draw and lock. This is for the reincarnation combo that you can do with this deck, so that's also in there as well. We've also got in here two Eater of Millions. This is more of a card to help you get out of some sticky situations that you can get into with this deck. It's there, so that, if you do come across a monster that you obviously your Trickstars can't hit over because their attack points aren't that high, this card right here is going to help you do that, and it can hit over the monster. But it doesn't hit over it, it banishes it and then gains attack points from that. We're also going to have double Effect Veiler. This is obviously coming back into the meta. I don't have any Ghost Ash in here, not Ghost Ash, Ash Blossom, sorry. I don't have that in here yet. I'm waiting for the legendary Kyber to come out, and then I will probably side more of those in. But Effect Veiler does the job just as good. It stops the Electromite if you're playing Pendulum Magicians and things like that, and just helps it out really quite a lot there. We're also playing double Ghost Ogre as well, again for the sort of like the Pendulum players, just getting rid of some of their cards off the field. I know that it doesn't negate the effects, but sometimes they need the effects of that monster and they need it on the field still. So Ghost Ogre in that to get rid of that. And obviously you can do it with spells. I'm pretty certain you can do it with the spells. Yeah, you can do it with spells and traps. I'm pretty certain I wasn't 100%. So you can use it for that as well. So if you've got like a True Draco deck, using it on Dragonic Diagram, got there. You can use it on that to pop that and get rid of that out the way as well. Another three staples of the card, staples of the deck. You got Trickstar Light Stage. Obviously you put this as your field spell to search out for generally your Candina. Your Candina will then either search for your Lycoris if you don't have one, or if you do have one in your hand, you'll be searching the reincarnation, so then you can set that up straight away for the big burn at the start. Obviously triple terraforming to go with that, so you got the best possible outcome to try and get the light stage. We're also running in here 3 scapegoats, and I've got my beautiful scapegoat tokens. I bloody love these. These are awesome. Got one of each colour. They just look so pretty, so I had to have them as well. But yeah, triple scapegoat, that's to go into your Firewall. I'll explain in my extra deck because I'm a bit cheap and poor, and I don't have like ball load or anything like that. The main one you really want though is a Firewall if you can't afford the ball load, simply because you can do the OTK with Lilybell and Lycoris. Again, I'll explain that at the end. We've also got in here 2 Cosmic Cyclones, obviously just to pop your opponent's field and trap. They're like, spell and traps. 2 Potted Desires. You don't want to run free. If you run free, it's either it's a bit too bricky, it's not as consistent, but also you don't want to be banishing 30 cards out of your 40 card deck. It's just too ridiculous. I understand if you want to see this more often, you run the third, but it's not worth running the third card. You don't need to. 2 is enough. This one's a little bit different. I've got double Arrival Rivals. Yeah, there we go. Got there in the end. This card works really well with Candina. This is a very going second card if you have this in your hand. So obviously if you're going second and you get this in your hand, it's going to work better, because obviously you can't use it in your first turn because you don't have a battle phase. But you know, the idea being you summon the normal summon the Candina in your first normal summon in your main phase 1. You then obviously use Lycoris' effect to bounce the Candina back to your hand. When you could conduct your battle phase, you can then obviously do this again. Or should I say, the best way to actually do it, if you're going second and you're just attacking straight into them, keep the Candina on the field, attack with the Candina. After Candina's damage step has been resolved, you would then use Lycoris' effect to add the Candina back to hand and summon the Lycoris. You can then obviously attack with Lycoris as well, which is really useful. You would then activate Arrival Rivals. You can then summon the Candina again. This is classed as a normal summon, so you can also search again. You can then obviously, if you wanted to, search the Reincarnation, which is probably your best bet. You could search the Lilybell if you wanted to do that, because then again you can special summon the Lilybell. And if you've got any monsters in your graveyard, like Lycoris then, or Candina, if you needed another one for your next turn, you get that back to your hand after you've attacked with Lilybell directly. So, you know, this card works really well for going second. This is more of a going first build, but I have these in here just in case you do need to go second, and it's there as well. I also run 2 Dark Room of Nightmares. It can be free, and they're in my side deck. Again, I'll show you that at the end as well after we've done the extra deck. But the Dark Room of Nightmare, it's in there for the burn. This is mainly a burn deck. You can also use it as like attacking your opponent as well, if you can obviously board wipe them, and that's what this is there for. You know, check the Raigeki in there, board wipe them, and then obviously you can do the combos with Arrival Revivals there and things like that to get as many monsters on the board to attack directly, and then just you can OTK your opponents with it. But this is here to go in conjunction with the Lycoris. You know, the burn damage, you got Lycoris, and then you have the light stage, and then this will activate twice. If you've got 2 Lycorises, it then goes off again. You know, so obviously 300 for each time this activates. You can obviously get a good at least 900 extra damage, just through burning, just through activating 2 Lycorises and a light stage, let alone if you then activate it in with conjunction with your triple reincarnations. You then obviously do it on the draw phase. You got 1, 2, 3. That's 900. You would then activate your reincarnation. You do the Lycoris burn, which can you can get up to at least 1,200 easy. That's 6 cards. You can, if they've drawn more cards, you can get it up to 1,400, 1,600. It really depends on how big their hand is from their turn. But yeah, again, that would be another 3 from Lycoris and the light stage. That's already 1,800 just on this card alone. So, it's in there mainly for the burn. It can be bricky at times, which is why I'm running 2, not 3. But it's in there just for that burn effect. Okay, so yeah, triple reincarnation, but double Dark Room of Nightmare, Raigeki, and then we got the triple reincarnation as well. We also have double Solemn Strike. Obviously that's there just as a counter trap, and the 1 Solemn Warning. I do need to get the Solemn Judgment. I think that works better over the strikes, simply because the Judgment can negate anything. So if you have the Judgment, I would definitely run the Judgment over the strikes, but for the moment, because I'm poor, we've got this double strikes in there. Okay, next we're coming to the extra deck. So, as I've mentioned already, I'm poor. So, because of that, I do not run a full-on extra deck. That's a card extra in there, but yeah, because of that, I do not run a full-on extra deck designed around this. I have just the main sort of cards that you really are going to want. I've got double Holy Angel. You don't need to go into these too often. Like I said, it's mainly a burn deck, so you want really just the Lycoris. That's your boss monster. You don't want to go into links too much in this, and obviously the Black Cat there as well. I also got the 1 Deco Talker for when you can obviously go into it, and if you want to go into it, just to get a bit of extra attack damage, and if you can then obviously special summon some extra monsters into this, so you can build this up to a beat stick if you want to do that. The 1 card I would absolutely 100% recommend for this deck, and obviously you only have the 1, is the Firewall Dragon. This is to link in with the OTK with this deck and the Lilybell and that combo there. I'll explain it right at the end, but yeah, this is 1 card you're going to want. You need this card for this deck. If you don't have it, it's just not going to work as well. You can run it without it because, like I said, it's mainly burn, but you're going to want this card just because you can do it, and you know that is where your scapegoats are in there, triple scapegoat, to get this card out so you can do the OTKs and things like that in there. So you're going to want Firewall. And then these cards here, these are mainly just because for the Eater of Millions targets. So you can summon the Mrs. Radiant. You're not going to ever really want to though. It's again with the Proxy Dragon, you can summon it. Again, you don't really want to. The Cowboy's in there, you know, if you've got, for whatever reason, you've got 2 Candinas on the field. I don't know why you would have 2 Candinas. And I'm not too sure, I think the Lilybell may even be, oh no, Lilybell's 2-star, completely wrong there. But yeah, that's there, you know, if you want it there. It's just, you don't need to have it, you don't have to have it. I've rarely ever used this, but, you know, it's there if you want it there. And then you've got Baguska again, 2 rank 4s, so Candina again. It's there just as a, you know, if you need to stall and you've got your monsters on the field that can do that, then yeah, it's there. And then just, you know, cards, you don't even need to know what these are because they're just the Eater of Millions targets. They're really not needed in this deck at all. They're just there so that you can banish them off the Eater of Millions and build that, you know, special summon that monster out. Moving on to the side deck. So I have in the side deck Double Honest. I don't run this in my main deck. I think it's too bricky. It's good, you know, if you are running it more of a beat over deck and, you know, summoning out as many as you can to kill them that way, but this deck's mainly for burn. You don't really want this in here. This is in here if you absolutely need it in here. So, you know, if you lose your first game due to a card you can't destroy by other, you know, conventional methods, this is here so that you can, you know, beat over it if you need to. A third Eater of Millions, again, same sort of scenario. If you can't kill them through the burn conventions and you need to start attacking over monsters, you're going to want the third Eater of Millions just so you can get rid of targets on the field by banishing them and things like that to help out with that. Although if you want to go more down the burn route, you've got a Dark Room of Nightmare, so the third one, just in case you want that in there and you want to start burning more people that way. We've also got a Dark Hole for board wipes. We've also got a Monster Reborn again in there to help obviously special summon from the graveyard, and also you can nick your opponent's monsters. Don't forget that nice little number there. Very useful if you need it, but again, you don't really want it in the deck because, you know, you've got Reincarnation which can banish itself to then special summon back your Trickstar monsters. You don't need it because that is your Monster Reborn right there. Obviously that's in there just if you feel you're going to need that a little bit more. You also got Torrential Tribute, more board wipes to help out with that. I've got double Magical Cylinder in here. You don't really need to run this. You don't have to run these in your side deck at all. You can run other stuff. I just got it in there mainly for at my locals. I know a few players that can you know, get some really big monsters on the field. You just put it in there because it's funny to watch them die by their own monster through Magical Cylinder, but also, you know, it can stop you from getting just outright killed if it's there as well. These are the cards that you do want to run. I would say in your side deck, definitely Bottomless Trap Hole. Again, it's for those monsters that are, you know, just too big for your Trickstars to hit over. You know, so as soon as they summon them to the field, you just banish them, just get rid of them. They're just, you know, they're there for that. And then these 4 cards here are for a different sort of burn variant on your deck. So you've got the double Disturbance Strategy and double Present card. The Disturbance Strategy is send their hand back to the deck and then draw the same number of cards. So that's you know, sort of linked in with the Lycoris and things like that. Again, draw and lock, very good for this. And then also the Present card. So, you know, say if you've got a Lycoris on field but they only have 1 card in their hand, you don't want them to just draw 1 card for 200. You want them to draw as many as they can. So this makes them draw 5 cards. It gives them a hand, but to be honest, if you do it right and they've only got 1 in their hand, you're going to want to do the Disturbance Strategy first. So chain 1, or, you know, even better, Reincarnation. Chain 1, because then if you make this your chain 2, this effect resolves first going backwards, so they draw 5 rather than 1, then you're going to make them draw another 5 using that. So, you know, that's how you would get them for a burn variant of this deck, and obviously that again ties in really well with the Dark Room of Nightmare. You can get like up to a chain of 12 on that Dark Room of Nightmare just for using these sort of cards, which is just absolutely insane. As I said at the start, I'm going to show you the Firewall the Firewall combo. It's one of the best combos you can possibly use. So we're just gonna want what we're gonna want. We're gonna want that, we're gonna want that, and you're gonna also want the scapegoat as well. So this is just what, like, this is, I know I've grabbed all 3 of every card, but it just as an idea, it just sort of helps you gauge an idea of how you're doing this. So obviously what you're going to have is you're going to have your scapegoat set at the back row here. Hopefully you'd have your light stage in your field zone. You'd probably want your Lily Bell in the deck, because obviously when you summon that through the conventional means of Candina, you're then going to obviously grab the Lily Bell from Candina's effect. It then obviously special summons to the field because of that. But how you're going to work it, say if you've got Lycoris in the graveyard or even in your hand, whichever way around you have it, it's going to work because you can do it this way. So you're going to want to use the Scapegoat's effect to summon your 4 tokens. Okay, you've got your 4 tokens on the field. You are then going to, this is obviously in your opponent's end phase, because once oh my god, no. Throwing the cards everywhere. Once you've obviously used this, you can't, I think you can't special summon monsters the turn you activate this, so you're gonna want to activate this in your opponent's end phase. So then when it comes to it being put on the field, it then switches to your turn. That's considered the next turn, and then you can still special summon in your turn. Okay, so activate this in your opponent's end phase. Okay, once you've activated, obviously summon the tokens. You are then gonna go into Firewall Dragon. So you want your Firewall Dragon. Now this is where you have to be, you know, a little bit careful where you place your monsters. Okay, you've got the Firewall Dragon. Let's say you have the Lily Bell in hand, or you could have a Candina in hand. Whichever way you want to do this, it's gonna work. Okay, so you've got your Firewall here. In your, you know, your link zones. You're then gonna, let's say you have a Candina in hand and the Lily Bell's in deck. Okay, you got your Candina in hand. You're gonna summon the Candina, search for the Lily Bell. The Lily Bell's effect is gonna trigger. You can special summon the Lily Bell. Okay. This also, for this OTK, you require an opponent monster on the other side of the field. So you know you want the opponent monster to be higher than 1,600 attack. Reason being is so that when Lycoris attacks, it's then destroyed. You take battle damage, but you know that's not gonna matter, and you'll see why. Okay. So you're going to summon the Lily Bell, the Candina, and you've got your Firewall. Okay, you don't want to put the Lily Bell underneath the Firewall. Very, very important. That can't go underneath. Neither can your Candina. It has to be the Lycoris. Okay, and obviously have an opponent's monster that's 1/7 or higher. So like Electromite's there, or you know, whatever card it may be. Okay, you're then going to conduct your battle phase. In your battle phase, what you're going to do is attack with the Lily Bell. It's going to be a direct attack, which deals 800. Then 200, which is 1,000 damage. You're then going to use that and search your Lycoris. Well, you're going to get your Lycoris. You're going to get your Lycoris back to hand. Okay. You're then going to use Lycoris's effect to target the is it the Lily? Yes. Sorry, miles away. You're going to target the Lily Bell. Summon the Lycoris underneath the Firewall. This is the important bit, because you're going to use Firewall's effect to then obviously, when this gets destroyed, use another special summon. Okay, so you're then going to use Lycoris's attack to attack the opponent's monster. This will then destroy Lycoris, sending it back to the grave. Okay, that then activates Firewall's effect, which lets you special summon back the Lily Bell. Then you can obviously attack again with the Lily Bell. So that's another 800 directly, another 200 from Lycoris. Not Lycoris, the light stage. If you've got the Dark Room of Nightmare on the field, this is going to do even more damage. It's going to be 1,600 a turn. Sorry, 1,000. No, sorry, 1,500. No, 1,300 turn. I will get that today. You're going to want to do that. So that basically then obviously activates Lily Bell's effect again. Add the Lycoris back to hand. You then do it again. You just repeat the process. It's the OTK. It just wipes out your opponent. Okay, there are many other different combos you can do to obviously get a big board. You can then obviously, if you obviously need like a board, I would recommend getting a board load for this deck. I just don't have the funds for this yet. And again, with the Ash Blossoms, I would recommend getting them. But the thing is, I again don't have money. I'm waiting for these legendary Kyber's boxes to come out and hopefully get some in there of the reprints. But anyway, this is my Trickstar deck, and then that's obviously an OTK tutorial there for the Firewall Lilybell Lycoris thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys want to see more of this. I will be uploading hopefully videos in the future. I don't know how often yet, because I don't know how much time I have on my hands to do this. But anyway, this is the first deck profile of Trickstars, and again, I hope to see you guys very soon in the future. Alright, cheers for this. Bye.